Imagine taking a healthy branch from a fruit tree and turning it into a completely new tree without growing it from seed. Even more impressive, imagine opening that branch weeks later and finding a thick network of fresh white roots surrounding it. That is exactly what makes star-shaped air layering so interesting. Instead of using the usual single ring-cut approach, this method opens several sections of the bark and positions them outward like the points of a star, creating a larger prepared area where new roots can develop. Today, I'll show you the complete process from preparing a simple plastic bottle to creating the star-shaped rooting area on the branch. The process is simple, but every step matters, so take your time and don't rush. Let's begin with the container. For this method, you can use an ordinary plastic bottle with a capacity of around 1 liter. You don't need an expensive propagation box or special equipment. First, take a marker and measure approximately 10 centimeters, or about 4 inches from the bottom of the bottle. Mark that point clearly because this will determine the height of the main rooting chamber. Next, draw a straight line from the center of the bottle cap down toward the mark you just made. This line will become the opening that allows us to place the container around the branch later. Now carefully cut along the marked area using a sharp knife or sturdy scissors. Work slowly and make controlled cuts because there is no advantage in rushing this part. Once you reach the stronger plastic around the bottleneck, you may find that the knife becomes difficult to use. If that happens, a pair of cutting pliers can make the job much easier. A small handsaw or another safe cutting tool can also work if you have one available. The goal is simply to create a container that can open around the branch and later hold the rooting material securely. With the main bottle section prepared, we can now modify the cap. The cap needs an opening that matches the approximate thickness of the branch you intend to air layer. It does not have to be perfectly exact, but try to keep the gap reasonably small. A close fit helps keep the substrate inside the container instead of allowing it to fall through the opening. After making the hole, create a small cut from the edge of the cap toward the hole. This allows you to open the cap slightly and slide it around the branch without having to force the branch through the center. Before moving to the tree, test the cap on the branch you plan to use. Check that it sits securely and that there is not a large, unnecessary gap around the branch. Now we need one more piece to complete our homemade container. Take the same plastic bottle and cut a section approximately 2.5 centimeters, or about 1 inch from the bottom. This smaller piece will become the upper cover. Make a vertical opening in it and carefully widen the center until it can fit around the branch. Again, perfection is not necessary. What matters is that the opening is suitable for the branch and that the cover can close around the rooting chamber. Once these pieces are ready, we can finally move to the tree. Choose a healthy branch that has good growth and is strong enough to support the new root system. The first major step is to make a complete circular cut around the branch. This cut should pass through the bark and reach the wood underneath. Make sure the cut goes all the way around so that the bark is completely separated at that point. Now comes the part that gives this technique its unique appearance. From the circular cut, make several vertical cuts running along the branch. In this example, the prepared sections are around 5 centimeters or 2 inches long, but the exact length should depend on the size of your container and the branch you are working with. The important thing is that the entire prepared section can eventually fit comfortably inside the bottle. Once those cuts are complete, gently begin separating the bark strips from the wood. Use the knife carefully and work one section at a time. Don't try to pull everything away in one movement. The slower you work, the easier it is to maintain control and avoid unnecessary damage. If one strip accidentally breaks, don't assume the entire air layer has failed. The remaining strips can still be positioned and secured. Continue carefully until all the bark sections have been opened. Now gently bend those strips upward and outward. As you position them, they should begin to resemble the points of a star. They do not need to be perfectly equal or perfectly symmetrical. The important thing is that the sections are opened outward and create a larger exposed rooting zone. This star-like arrangement is what gives the technique its name. Once the strips are positioned correctly, secure them with a zip tie or another suitable tie. Tighten it enough to hold everything in place, but avoid squeezing the branch too aggressively. Now we've reached the most important stage of the star-shaped air layering method. The bark has been opened and positioned into a star-like shape, but before we add the container, we need to prepare the lower section correctly. Look at the area just beneath the tie. We want to remove the cambium from this section so that the normal downward movement of nutrients and growth substances is interrupted. Carefully scrape away the cambium from approximately 2.5 centimeters, or about 1 inch of the lower section. Be patient here and focus on removing the cambium cleanly without unnecessarily cutting into the healthy wood. This step is important because air layering depends on creating an environment where resources accumulate above the prepared area, encouraging the branch to produce new roots. Once this section is properly prepared, we can install our homemade container. Open the bottle along the vertical cut you created earlier and carefully place it around the branch. Adjust the container until the entire star-shaped rooting area is sitting inside it. Make sure the container is stable and that the prepared section is positioned where the substrate can surround it completely. Now comes the rooting medium. You can use a well-draining potting mixture, or a good universal growing medium can also work. The exact brand or mixture is not the most important part. What matters is finding a material that can stay moist around the branch while still allowing excess water to drain away. You want moisture, but you do not want stagnant water trapped inside the container. This is why the drainage opening in the modified cap is useful. It gives excess water a place to escape and helps prevent the rooting chamber from becoming waterlogged. Begin adding the substrate slowly. Make sure it reaches around the entire prepared area rather than leaving large empty spaces. Continue filling until the container is almost full. Once everything is in place, secure the top section and make sure the branch and container are stable. Now give the air layer its first thorough watering. The entire substrate should become evenly moist. But after this first watering, don't make the mistake of watering automatically every day. The correct schedule depends on your weather, temperature, humidity, tree species, and growing conditions. Air layering is commonly performed when the tree is actively growing, often around late winter or early spring in suitable climates, but the best timing can vary from one location to another. Instead of depending only on a calendar, check the substrate regularly. When it begins to lose moisture and feels noticeably drier, water it again. Your goal is consistent moisture throughout the rooting period, not excessive saturation. Then comes the hardest part for many gardeners: waiting. The branch may look almost unchanged from the outside, but underneath the container, something important can be happening. Over the following weeks, the prepared area can begin producing new roots. After around 8 weeks, it's time to check the progress. And look at this. White roots are appearing throughout the container, spreading around the rooting area and creating a strong-looking new root system. In some cases, the earliest roots may become visible much sooner, but every tree develops at its own pace. The important thing is to avoid separating the air layer too early. Wait until there are enough healthy roots to support the new plant after it is removed from the mother tree. Once the container is filled with a sufficient root system, we can finally separate our new plant. Carefully cut the branch below the rooted section. Be gentle during this step because the new roots are still young and can be damaged easily. After separating the air layer, place it into a medium-sized pot filled with good quality soil. Position it carefully, cover the root system with soil, and water it thoroughly. The plant has just experienced a major transition, so don't immediately place it under intense sunlight. For about 1 week, keep it somewhere with partial shade or bright indirect light. This gives the new plant time to adjust to life without the original mother tree. After that initial adjustment period, gradually move it toward its permanent growing location and continue providing appropriate water, light, and care. With patience, that small rooted branch can develop into an independent fruit tree. And that is the real beauty of air layering. You can take a healthy part of an existing tree and give it the opportunity to become a new plant without waiting for a seed to germinate and grow. The star-shaped method is an interesting technique to experiment with, especially when you want to create a larger prepared rooting area than traditional air layering. However, remember that results can vary depending on the fruit tree, branch health, season, temperature, humidity, and aftercare. So don't be discouraged if your first attempt takes longer than expected. Observe the branch, maintain suitable moisture, and give the developing roots time to form. If you enjoyed this technique, give the video a big thumbs up and share it with another gardener who loves growing fruit trees. And tell me in the comments where you're watching from and which fruit tree you would try this method on first. Would you choose lemon, orange, guava, mango, apple, or something completely different? I'd love to hear about your experience and see what you're growing in your garden. Thanks for watching, keep experimenting, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next gardening video.